Alright, today I'm back again, and the article for today will be just because you don't require much doesn't mean you deserve the bare minimum. For the next few days, I'll be trying to beat the Substack algorithm by actively searching out for articles instead of reading what the algorithm suggests to me. And I think this was an interesting one, so let's take a look and have a read at this article. This is by Gore. You notice everything. You notice when the effort shifts, when the energy changes, when you are the one holding things together without anyone acknowledging it. You notice how you start conversations, how you maintain them, how you keep showing up in ways that are not being mirrored back to you. And the worst part is not that you notice it, the worst part is that you keep explaining it away. You keep finding reasons for it. You keep softening the reality of it. You keep telling yourself that maybe this is enough. Maybe this is what it looks like now. I have done this more times than I want to admit. I have silenced myself in moments where I should have spoken. I have stepped back when I wanted to step closer. I have let things slide that sat heavy in my chest for days. I have convinced myself that if I just adjusted a little more, if I just asked for less, if I just made myself easier to love, they would stay. I have bent my own values, ignored my own needs, let go of things that mattered to me just to keep something from falling apart. And for a while, it felt like strength, like I was choosing love over ego, like I was doing the right thing. But slowly, it started to feel like I was disappearing inside my own choices. And somewhere in the middle of all that, you begin to shrink. You stop asking for things you once needed. You stop expressing what bothers you. You stop expecting consistency. You take what is given and you learn how to sit with it, even when it leaves you feeling unsettled. You stretch small gestures into something meaningful because you don't want to admit that they are not enough. You become patient in ways that slowly start to cost you something, in ways that make you feel like you are holding your breath inside your own life. But your body never agrees with it. It shows up in the tightness in your chest when something feels off. It shows up in the hesitation before you reach out. It shows up in the way your mind keeps circling back to the same thought, the same feeling, the same quiet, knowing that something is missing. You are not unaware of what is happening, you are choosing to stay in it. And that choice begins to wear you down in ways no one else can see. And that is where it starts to hurt differently. Because it is no longer about what they are doing or not doing. It becomes about what you are allowing. It becomes about the way you are slowly stepping away from yourself just to keep something going. It becomes about the way you are learning to live with less when you were never meant to. It is okay to have someone love you, but not at the cost of your own sanity. Not at the cost of constantly molding yourself into a version that fits their comfort but feels foreign to you. Love is important, yes, but it is not something you should have to survive through. You can live without love that drains you. You can walk away from something that keeps placing you in the same position over and over again and still call it strength. You are not someone who needs less. You are someone who has learned how to survive on it. And there is a difference that you feel every single day. You feel it in the silence after conversations that give you nothing. You feel it in the way you sit there trying to convince yourself that you are okay with this version of love. You feel it in the quiet frustration that builds when you realize you are giving more than you are receiving and still telling yourself it is fine. It is not fine. It was never fine. And just because you don't ask for much does not mean you deserve to be given the bare minimum and expected to be grateful for it. You deserve to be met. You deserve to be considered without having to remind someone of your existence. You deserve a kind of love that does not make you question yourself, that does not make you feel like you are asking for too much when all you want is to be treated with care. You deserve something that lets you breathe, something that does not require you to shrink in order to stay, something that does not slowly convince you that less is all you should expect. You deserve more than pointless false conversations. You deserve more than no replies and cancelled plans. You deserve more than only when it's convenient for them. You deserve more than an occasional I miss you and I love you. You deserve the best. Please don't settle for average or good enough. Pretty interesting. Personally, I don't really fully relate to this yet, but I think that this could relate to a lot of people, especially maybe a lot of girls who have tried giving it their all in relationships, and when the guy does not reciprocate much. And truth to be told, I think this is something that personally I can't relate to it much, but how do I feel towards this? I think it's important I think that someone would know what they deserve after going through a low. So perhaps for someone who has never went through this before, I think it is a apt reminder for myself that bare minimum is not expected, and obviously if we want something more, we should actually be thinking about what actually is worthy for ourselves. But in order to identify what is bare minimum, or identify what is something that you deserve, you really got to put yourself out there and really stop being so fearful. So for those people who are afraid of actually being out there, putting themselves out in the open, or afraid of giving yourself a chance at love, I think that this is also a reminder to myself. But of course, it can be scary. People might not always reciprocate how you feel, but at the end of the day, the experience is something for yourself. So don't shy away from the experience. Don't shy away from what you could get when you are afraid of getting hurt. And yeah, even though sometimes you might be at the losing end, by the end of the day, I think everyone comes out stronger, having loved a little more. And that's it for today. I think that's the main Substack article that I wanted to talk about. And it's been nice sharing with you. See you tomorrow.